Hi, my name is Marlisa D. Gamblin, and I'm a policy advisor here at Bread for the World. What gave me the idea to design the simulation was actually a conference I went to. They were super interactive and I was able to learn a lot. I figured I could use the same approach to help people understand how our country has actually created the racial wealth, hunger, and income gaps that we see today. I really get inspired every time I do the simulation because it has a way of igniting something in people. People learn, they're challenged, and they're actually invited in to work together to end racial inequality. At Bread, we truly believe that ending hunger and poverty in the U.S. is possible. But it first requires understanding how racial inequality has actually widened hunger levels for communities of color. And that's just what the simulation helps people do. This video will help you learn how to facilitate both the simulation and the discussion. Click the link below to see the full version of the facilitator's guide. Why this simulation? There are many ways to discuss race. What we have to remember though is that everyone brings their personal experiences with them in every subject, and race is no different. Also, some people have had good conversations when talking about race and others have not. The good thing about the simulation is that it actually helps to break down some of those barriers that people might be bringing with them into the room. This is because participants feel slightly removed from their personal experience. This allows them to engage and learn. Since it focuses on federal policies, participants understand the importance of changing policy to eliminate structural barriers. This, in turn, will reduce inequality, empower families, and decrease hunger. Where can this tool be used? The beautiful thing about this simulation is that it's versatile and can be used pretty much anywhere. It has been used at food banks, churches, Bible studies, schools, among nonprofit staff, and at other gatherings. We recommend the facilitator or co-facilitator be part of the group or have a prior relationship with the group so there's some level of trust there and participants are more open to learn. How was it designed? All 13 policies were selected intentionally. These policies had some of the most influential impacts on creating what we now know to be the racial hunger, income, and wealth divides we see today. We have more on this on the frequently asked questions section of the guide. How to prepare. In the guide, we actually provide a section that will allow facilitators to think more inwardly and reflect on things like privilege, race, and how the group might perceive them. We also provide tips on how to discuss race effectively in different group settings. After this, facilitators should go through the checklist, and then you're pretty much ready to go. Facilitating the simulation. Arrive 30 minutes before the simulation to set up. This process is much easier if each set is in its own folder. And don't forget your backup copy of the PowerPoint presentation, but only if you plan to use one, along with your timer. Allow for 10 minutes for the introduction, 25 to 30 minutes for the simulation, and 20 to 30 minutes for the large group discussion and next steps, or longer if you prefer. We've provided easy talking points in the PowerPoint, which is linked below. To do the simulation, participants should be seated in groups of 4 to 8 people, and draw from an envelope to select a race card. Half of the participants will receive black participant race cards, and the other half will receive white participant race cards. Starting with the participant with a white race card, have him or her read the policy card aloud, followed by the associated action. Remember, in each round, participants will either lose or gain a series of money, land, and opportunity lost cards. Set your timer for 25 to 30 minutes. During this time, we encourage you to walk around, listen to the groups, and answer questions that they might have. Give a time check at the halfway mark, and again with 5 minutes remaining, so groups can pace themselves. And And at the end, participants should count how many cards they have. Facilitating the large group discussion. You want to remember to start the group discussion with our standard question. How many money cards did everyone end up with?
So how many money cards did you all end up with?
How many money cards did everyone end up with?
People with white participant race cards should have 13 money cards.
13?
While
And
the
you're
other half
white
of
participant?
participants with black
about the
race
black
cards
participants?
should have 1 money card,
One money card?
and the other half should have 0.
No money cards.
None. Did anyone else end up with none? And your participant was a black participant. All right, so if you were a black participant,
This
you ended
symbolizes
up
the
with
actual
0.
wealth disparities in US dollars among the average white and black households and the disparity among our lowest income earners. After, we provided a ton of questions for you to select from that you can discuss with the group. And don't forget, we have policy packets to give the participants after the discussion. These are linked below. Also, guess what? We've provided a biblical activity sheet for those of you who decide to do this at your church or Bible study. For more information, read the Facilitator's Guide and click through the resources located at bread.org/simulation.